Hi, welcome back to Sew Like Dotty and welcome to Friday Sews. I'm hoping to share this with you Friday morning or Friday night, but if it's Saturday, I apologise. But hello everyone, and I just want to say welcome. I've had a little bit of a flurry of new subscribers, so hello and thank you if you've recently subscribed. If you haven't, why not? I'm only kidding. I'd love it if you would though. So what I've got for you to share with you today, I've got a couple of fabrics and just what I've been doing this week, just a general little catch up really. So let's start with fabrics, and I can get them out of the way. I was going to say that's not what I intended. So both of these fabrics are from Fleur et Hours. I'll pop a link in the description box to that website. There is a summer discount for 30% off. So if you go onto the website, you'll see that on there anyway. So this is it's a cotton, I can't remember what type, but it's not really a stiff cotton, but I love a polka dot, absolutely love it. So it's a navy blue with lilac. It almost looks a little bit purpley when you hold it up. And I got it to make a dress for the winter. I'll be honest, I've not got any immediate plans, but I've washed it and it is so soft. It's going to be really, really nice. I just think when my daughter saw it, she went, oh, that's very classy. I can't really do classy, so I was quite impressed when she said that really. Got 3 meters of it to make a dress. Don't know which one yet. I'm branching out, trying some new ones, so we will see. So I'll pop that over there. This one I got, I think I got a remnant of this at First for Fabrics a little while ago. I don't think I shared this with you last week. Apologies if I did. But I got enough to make a t-shirt, and then I thought I'd already make t-shirts, so I got some more. And this is going to be a Dressmaker's Closet Nell Dress, the t-shirt, with probably the long sleeves going into autumn. So I think this is going to go into my August list, because I think by the time I get to August and I've got all my holiday stuff made, don't go till September. I'm living in hope that I'm finished it in August. We all know that's not going to happen, don't we? But I'm kind of thinking, oh, I don't want to do it in short sleeves, so a longer sleeve. I've got some nice paler pink ribbing to go with that as well. I'll see how that looks. I might dabble in a different colour. If I haven't dropped a picture in of the Nell dress, I will drop that in now. I am a brand ambassador of Jane, so I did do a pattern test on that dress, and I do have an affiliate link, which is always in my description box. If you order through me, I do get a very small payment, but I'm not being paid today to promote this pattern or anything like that. I just love it. I've made, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 of them. Absolutely love it. I'm not really a t-shirt girl, probably because I'm not really a skirt girl in general, but for me, I've had, in the UK the temperatures dropped a little bit this week, and I've had that on a couple of days, the shorter sleeve one just being a little bit more snug. That means more snug, just in case you didn't know. I'll come to this one shortly. And then this one I got at the Knitting and Stitching show in Harrogate last November from, I think it's called Stein Brothers stall, although I think the sign says something else. It's a cotton lawn, and it's beautiful. Now, you know when you're at these things and you're like feeling a bit rush, and I thought I'll get 2 meters and I'll make a blouse, and it's just sat on my shelf and it's beautiful and it needs to be made like this summer, because I absolutely adore it. Now the colours aren't like, I mean, blues are me, but the oranges and things, but I think the blend of it works quite nicely. So it's going to be a dress, and I spotted this on the Fleur et Hours website, and there was 3/4 meter left. I was like, oh, I need more than that. I definitely knew I needed at least 1 meter, preferably 1.5 meters. So I just dropped a message over and said, if you've got anything, like any shreds, any scraps, can I have them? Anyway, there was a bit more than they thought, so I got 1.5 meters. So I've definitely got more than enough to make some sort of nice ruffly, don't know what, dress or something for summer, but I'm definitely not going to be short on that. And it's a cotton lawn, it's so soft. I think it was, I mean, I thought it was really good value at the Knitting and Stitching shop, but I'm sure it was £14 a metre, and I don't think I paid that for this. And then I got 30% off as well, so happy days. And you always get a little card from Kaylee. So I got this one. It's just got a little code. I'm just covering that up with a little, if you like Halloween, I'm not really Halloweeny, but a little Halloween. There's always like a little snippet of fabric. Happy sewing. Oh, here you go. Please use the code SUMMERFUN for 30% off up to the 30th of July 2023. So you've got a little bit more time to use that. And then there's now something on the other side where if you tag in your finished make on Facebook or Instagram, there's going to be a giveaway prize. Woo! And I won a prize today. Well, I won it with Lynn from Chatty Bobbins, because on Sew Essential they've done like every week a Sew and Bee prize. So I think we're on week 8, and Lynn had tagged me into it last night. You know how you do, like the post, share the post, etc. And I tagged Lynn in, and Lynn messaged today. I'd been at work and I had my headset on, so I'd not seen, and she was like, we've won a prize. So I think we've won a pair of dressmaking scissors and a wooden clapper, and I'm very excited about the wooden clapper because I definitely need one for coat making later this year. So I was like, ooh, lovely. I won a lucky dip the other day, but I haven't won £20 million. I'm still here, so you know. This fabric, thank you so much to everybody. First of all, thank you to everybody for all your well wishes after I used my body to karate chop the table last week. As you can now see, I can move my arm. I am getting a little bit of discomfort, not much, but just a little bit, but I can physically move it and everything. And I have had my splint on from a carpal tunnel. I've just took it off to put some roofing gel on my hand. But that feels a little bit better, so fingers crossed. That would be good, wouldn't it, if it was improving. And the pain I've been getting down here is to do with my ulnar nerve, and it's connected to my carpal tunnel in this wrist. But they said you're pressing on it, and I was like, where am I pressing on? I don't press on it here, I don't press on it at work. And then I sit on this end of the sofa and I realised I'm kind of on a cushion or propped up like that, and I'm resting on my arm all the time. So I'm trying not to do that. Okay, so the other thing I asked for help for last week was with this sharing fabric. Well, not this sharing fabric, because I was sharing 2 panels of it to make into something else, which has now gone to the wall till whenever I decide to do it, because I decided I wanted to make an asymmetric dress out of it. So I had loads of responses for you, and I am so grateful for them all, because it kind of got my cogs going. And then I think maybe Friday or Saturday I just thought, you've got loads of cream or ivory swimwear fabric, why don't you just line it in that? And lots of you suggested a stretch fabric to line it with, rather than sort of having to sort of gather it inside and things. And I thought if I make it with the swimwear fabric, it's going to be quite cool as well, because obviously that dries quite quickly and stuff. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'll talk more about that in a second. But I just wanted to say thank you. Do you know what? I love the sewing community. You reach out, you get loads of help and ideas, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, or on here. And then you load them all into your brain and kind of do, you know, like at one of those machines where you pull the bandit arm down. Chuk, 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 ta-da! Yeah, I've got an idea. So that's work in progress. I don't know when I'm going to get to that yet. I do need to share a little bit more on this one. I've just not done any more for a couple of weeks. I don't want to lose interest in it though, and I need to do the other panel, but now I know what I'm doing with it, I'm excited to turn that into a dress. So I have rushed home from work because today's Thursday, and unusually I'm going to Sawtune once a month on a Thursday. Tamlin has a Sawtune session, and I've not been on a Thursday night before. I'm going with Mags, who I know who's one of my friends now, and is one of the girls who returned to sewing through my sewing classes. So when I ended them, we were talking about what we could do. So Mags and I are going tonight, and we're going in August, just because I'm struggling with a couple of the Sunday ones, because I love it, but I just can't do everything. So I literally have cut out this fabric, which is I was going to say viscose linen. It's not viscose linen. If you just put linen in first for fabrics, there are loads of colours in it. I've got it in, not that lilac on the door and that skirt, but another lilac on the shelf there for a dress. But I wanted, I'll show you what I'm going to make. I'm going to make this wrap skirt, which came free with Simply Sewing probably last year, I can't remember. I'm making View A, which is the long one, although it's massively long, like Jerry the Giraffe type long. So I think, although I've had to add, as you cut out the paper pattern, you have to stick bits on the bottom, and I was thinking I'm sticking this on the bottom, and then I'm going to be chopping it all off. But until I work out how long I want it, because I don't want it, it's for around the pool, I don't want it like trailing on the floor and being soaking wet. But I decided that I've got 2 swim fabrics to show you that I've pretty much made up. and 2 on the shelf or somewhere else. They might be in progress somewhere, I can't remember. So I've got a pink leopard print one and the navy blue with the rainbows on. And I was going to make the skirt in the navy blue with rainbows fabric on the shelf behind. There. To go with the swimsuit one, which is there. But then I thought, if I do that, it doesn't kind of go with everything. So I thought, I want something that's like denim-y coloured, because that'll go with anything, but not denim, because I thought that would be quite warm during the day. So this is the denim colour in the linen, and it does look like denim colour. So I'm really pleased with it. I think it might be still slightly damp. I mean, I ran into sorting as it finished at 4 yesterday to meet Lynn and Jude and go out for some dinner. Well, tea, really, it was early. And then this got bunged in the washing machine last night. And then I've just cut it out. And I don't know if it's cold or if it's still damp, but it needs a good iron anyway, but I've cut it all out. I've never made a wrap skirt before. Don't really like wrap things. I don't really know why I've made it. But I do think for around the pool, it'll be ideal just to tie on over me bather. This is my image in my head. I don't even know if it's got a little knot. I think it might. Yes, it does. It has like a little tie on it. Waist tie. Can you see there? This is me thinking I'm slinking around the pool like Sophia Loren or something, you know, in the heyday of the 60s. So, what have I made this week? I've made 2 things. I haven't had a lot of sewn time. I think you guys know that July's like a completely busy month, but I've only got 1 more week of full time to do, and then I'm back to Mondays off. Can't wait. So last week I talked about the Fibre Mood Lucca. Now if you're not making swimwear, don't switch off at this point, because you know what my brain's like. If you know me, I go chugga 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 and it just flies. So this is the Fibre Mood Lucca, which is in summer edition 2. So you've got one version there we can do without the ruffle or with the ruffle. I mean, who's not going to make it without the ruffle, really? Although if you do this version, you can make it reversible as well. But I was all about the ruffle. Now you can go on to Fibre Mood itself and print this, like download it and print it out. I think it's £10.99. You can do any of the patterns that are in here, and you don't have to wait for the next edition to come out, which is great. And if you're registered with them, and it doesn't cost you anything to be registered, you can download the instructions on there as well. Now I traced for the first time Fibre Mood pattern. I actually did it over at my Slimming World hub because I've got a big table there, only because I've got AO sheets to trace with and then all of these pattern sheets, and I was getting myself a little bit stressed about it because I hate tracing out, like why, and when all those lines that I was tracing around the bottoms, and then I drew a line around the bottoms and I thought, that's a top, I've just done that. Right, why have I done that again? Anywho, I got it sorted. So when you get the pattern, it might be different when you, obviously when you download it, you get the seam allowances on it. When you draw around it, you've got to allow for the seam allowances. What else was I going to say? I think that might have been it. Yeah, and obviously when you get it, I think you can choose just to do your size, but I would get it for the whole thing and download it as that, and then if I wanted to reprint it in a different size, I could. So the first one I made, I'm just rabbiting on now, aren't I mean, those of you that know me are used to it, but if you don't know me, you'll be thinking, what is she prattling on with? Stay with me if you're not keen on swimwear, because I have ideas. Right, so all that's left to do with this one is put the elastic in. Now I have to keep remembering which shoulder I'm meant to have it over. So it's meant to go on your left. I need to put something in to sort of, well, I will know from the bottom of it which is the front and which is the back. And also because I fitted a bra shelf into it. So to do the ruffle in this one, I did have to join the front and back pieces together, but I just did that and then did a twin top stitch. It's not a twin needle, I just did it with 2 rows of top stitching. I've used my reflex thread throughout it. I already had this cream lining, swimwear lining. I got this from Amazon last year and I ordered some more, and I got it in a dusty pink and I got it in ivory as well. I think it's about 1.5 meters wide, so you do get quite a bit of it. Now obviously if you make this with the ruffle, you need a bit more fabric, but it does give you the information on it. Let's see if I can speedily find it. Can't remember off the top of my head. Bear with me. It's riveting, isn't it? Watching me look down. I mean, if I was organised, I'd have this page tabbed, wouldn't I? There are such nice things in here, I've got to say. Right, so fabric. So I made this in the extra large, and it says base it on your bust measurement, which is what I did. I'm sure I did an extra large. So if the fabric is 1.4 meters wide, you need 1.2 meters. If it's a narrower fabric, 110, which I've not come across any swimwear that's only 110, you would need 1.4 meters. But that would give you enough for the ruffle, and then you've got all the instructions there. But as I said on my vlog last week, if you go on YouTube and put in Fibre Mood Lucca English, there's like a how to sew it step-by-step tutorial thing on there, which is great. It was easy breezy, not cover girl, but like so easy to make. Honestly, I'm a little bit buzzing about it. Now I was a little bit, I don't really like the lines here, but I said to Cal, you could flip it over and make one way and then make one the other way, but actually when it's on, I think you could just slide it up and down your arm a little bit as well. I like the length of the ruffle because I might show you it on when I've got the elastic in later in the year, because it kind of comes to here, so it's not covering the whole top of your arm, but it just gives you a little bit of coverage. And I feel like, because I'm quite big busted, that although the ruffle is there, it's drawn the attention to the ruffle rather than your chest. Now I knew that I would need to do something about either put swim cups into it to make like a, if Adam's watching this, I'd be like, oh, she's on about the boobs again, every year again. But, well, you've just got to have them under control, haven't you? So I put a bra shelf in like this. So it's fully lined, and then all I did was cut out another top piece, and I just kind of could remember what I'd done last year when I did the Waves and Wild one. So I attached the elastic. I think I made it 2 inches less than the width of the fabric, and I didn't stretch it there. I think you don't even have to join it until there, but I did. And then I stretched it across, and the same on that side. And honestly, the support between that and the lining, I felt really supported in it, which is important, isn't it? Because if you're not going to feel comfortable, you know, wandering around wondering if you're jiggling around, sorry to those who don't jiggle, and I'm not keen on cups. If I have anything with cups in and you go in the water, I get out the water and I just want to like squeeze them out, but it looks a bit weird, so I can't really do that around the pool. So the only reason I've not finished it, and I think I am going to put the elastic in this one, is just because I'm still losing weight and I want to lose at least another stone before I go away. And I'm thinking, no, if I do that, then it's too big. It's just been a waste. But under the arm doesn't really need much to bring that in at all. It's a great fit. Across here probably just needs, but it gives you the elastic measurements in here anyway, a little bit. But what I'm thinking is I might do the neck and under the arm, but I might leave, I have just sort of stay stitched those edges together. But if I do need to run it in, I can just open that up, go in, alter the side seams and bring it in a little bit. Now, apologies if you're sick of me talking about boobs, because I'm about to start talking about crotch. Now this is probably a bit of a higher leg. Now it doesn't look massively high leg on here, but I have those bits at the front from when I had an era like that come about here, that if it goes too high they just flop out the side of my belly. You know, I'm just going to be blunt about it. I cannot do a high leg. I wouldn't want to do a high leg, that's just me. So lengthwise, I tried it up against the one that I bought from somewhere in the UK, and honestly, I mean, I tried that on, I knew it was too short in the body, but when I compared it, it was that much shorter. I couldn't believe it, and it was the same style, so it really was a big difference. But I was a bit worried that this might be too long, but actually I left it as it was, because I thought worst case scenario I can chop it off and make it a top and a bottom. But it worked out to my advantage. So what I've actually done is sort of alter the gusset on it a little bit, and that's made it a bit lower on my legs. It's still giving me the right length in the body. It fits great. Honestly, Calm was like, you look amazing in it. It looks great. Yeah. But yeah, so I've just done more of an alteration on the gusset where that joins up, and I'm over the moon with it all. So that's that one. So I think I'll do the elastic across here and under the arm, and I'll leave the legs just in case. And I've also made another one, you know, while I was on a bit of a roll. Why not? So this is the same fabric, just in a different colour. So these were from Dalston Mill last year. I've got no idea if they've still got some in, but if you are looking for some swimwear fabric, try them. And try Stitch and Ink. I've got loads in, and I've had theirs before, and it's really nice quality. Now this one's a bit of a budget job on the inside, because I did have some more cream fabric, but I was just trying to use bits up, and I thought if I patch it in, it doesn't matter to me if it's on the lining. Who cares? Keep the bigger bits for when I'm making another big swimsuit. So it's kind of rolling over at the moment, but once the elastic's in and that's top stitched down, it won't. So I've made a top in this colour, and I messaged Jen Legg from Tees Creative and said, did you make the top as per the top? And she said I did, but I wish I'd made it longer. So I made it longer, and then needed to do a bit of levelling off, and then cut the wrong blessed bit. So it is as per the pattern, but actually I think it's all right. I've done the same thing with that. I've put a bra shelf into it, but I did have a bit of that fabric left, so I used that for the bra shelf. I don't think it'll be too warm. I think it'll be okay. And I said to Carl, the only thing is that I've kind of set myself a goal for another storm before the holiday, which is mid-September. But then I said, oh, but then I want to lose more weight after that. So then when we go to Turkey in May, these will be too big. And I said, oh, it's a palaver once the elastic's on to try and get into it to open them up. And then I said, I'm not really worried about that, because at the end of the day, if I'd gone to the shop and I bought it and I needed to go back next year and buy some that was a size or two smaller, happy days, I'd be over the moon. So I'll just make some more for next year. Not bothered. I mean, they might fit. So I'm not going to do the other two until nearer the time, because I think from cutting out to making this to the stage it's at now took me probably 2 hours. It was so quick to make, and obviously they don't even tell you to line it, so if you don't even want to line it, if you don't want to add a bra shelf into it, you know, even quicker. And then this, I was actually cutting it out on my coffee break and lunch break from work the other day, and then just quickly yeah, joined it together. So I've overlocked all the seams. As I said earlier, I've used Mariflex, and I got some pink Mariflex to do twin needle stitching, because I'm going to try twin needle stitching on my machine, because I don't have my cover stitch machine anymore. So when I do all the top stitching, I'm going to do it with that. So what I wanted to talk to you about with it was the versatility of it, because that pattern is exactly what I'm going to use to make this asymmetric dress. Because I started looking for patterns and I thought, surely I can just use that pattern. But when I went into Instagram and put hashtag Lucca, I think that's all I put in, it's Lucca, there are people that have made this into dresses and into like bodysuits and stuff, and lovely pictures. So I'm going to use it, and I'm looking at where the bodice finishes on it will be perfect. So I'm going to use that to make the bodice, and then I'm just going to attach some tiered skirts to this, and I think that'll be really nice. I might do a ruffle on it, because I'm a little bit kind of thinking with these, if I wear them with a ruffle, then if pull a dress over or something, then you're just going to see loads of ruffle. But it's only to go into breakfast and stuff. So yeah, so I'm going to make that with that. So I did think that spotted fabric that I shared earlier, that might be nice as a pair of like wide leg palazzo pants. It's navy. If I could get a navy that matched, to do like a bodysuit of this in black. You don't have to do it as a bodysuit, you could just make the top longer and tuck it in. I think there is somebody who's got some black pants on, trousers, and I mean you could wear it with jeans and stuff, I just don't wear them, and then the black, and honestly it looks absolutely lovely. But I've also seen somebody with, I'll just get the picture up again, I don't think it was this necessarily this pattern, I don't even think it was like homemade, I think it was from a store. So it was basically like this, and then this side here, this arm had a sleeve fitted into it, so it was asymmetric with the sleeve, and I thought, oh, now you're talking. Quite like the idea of that. I mean, I can't usually deal with asymmetry, I'll be honest. You know, like high-low skirts, they make me anxious. I need everything even, so the idea of me having one sleeve and not is quite a big step. It's quite a big step. If you're new to my channel, you're going to think, God, she's weird. Well, you know, maybe I am. I don't know. So, yeah. So I do think that, you know what I'm like about a pattern hack. I was thinking about doing a vlog about hacking things and how my mind works. If that's something you want me to do, let me know in the comments. But, yeah, versatility. That's what it's all about. And I'm still interested in doing the dress that I like in here, which I will find. It won't take me 30 minutes like it did earlier when I was looking for the pattern. Which is this one here. Now, I think I might return to tracing. The only thing I'm worried about this is side boob. And obviously if you wore a bra, you would sort of see that. But I have seen, I'm sure I've seen this with somebody with a bodysuit under it. So you could easily do that, couldn't you? I've got the Elysian bodysuit from by the pattern company. Why can't I speak? I don't know. But I just love that. I love, if you see on that one, where the pockets go into it at the side. But I am a little bit worried about side boob. I mean, I dare say you could put some sort of little panel in the side or something like that. But I don't know when that's going to happen. Not this weekend. So I'm doing wrap skirt tonight, probably finishing that off at the weekend, and I've still got my denim jacket to make, and I want to crack on with those, then return to swimwear and other holiday type of things. So there you go. There is a roundup of my week, and I'll show you the wrap skirt next week because I'd like to get this edited, and then I can show you that when that's finished, if that's okay. I may even model it with one of the swimsuits on for you next week with one arm out. Who knows? Happy sewing, everybody. Have an amazing week, and I will catch up with you really, really soon. Drop some comments below. Bye. Click ups. Bye. I don't mean bye. Below. What was even that? Bye.